Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland BROWNS. Let's get to the news, man, Browns fans. I hope you're ready for some serious updates because what's happening right now with Deshaun Watson could be a game changer not just for this season, but for the future of the franchise. We all know Watson's been a hot topic this year, and not in the way we hoped it would be. Coming into Cleveland with so much promise and a huge $230 million deal, fans were dreaming of Watson leading the Browns to their first Super Bowl since 1964. But man, it's been a roller coaster. The controversy, the injuries, the inconsistent play, and now the big question looming over him. Will he play again this season? This is something Browns fans are watching very closely, and the latest update just adds a new layer of complexity. So let's set the stage. Watson, who's only in his fourth year of a 5-year deal, has been pretty much sidelined for most of 2025 due to an Achilles injury. It's been a rough ride, and with the Browns currently sitting at 3-9, it's clear that this season isn't going to be a playoff push. Instead, it's looking more and more like a high draft pick is in the cards once again. But this isn't just about the record. It's about the future of the quarterback position, and that's where things get interesting. On Wednesday afternoon, the Browns made a major update. They activated Watson to practice. Now, this is a big deal because it means they're at least considering the possibility of bringing him back onto the field, even if it's just for a few games or for evaluation purposes. This decision isn't made lightly, especially given the context. The Browns now have a 21-day window to decide whether Watson stays on the roster or remains on the physically unable to perform PUP list for the rest of the season. That means they're in a waiting game, watching how he's progressing, seeing if he's ready to return to action, and weighing the pros and cons of rushing him back. The team has been giving him some reps on the practice field, working on the backup side with Dillon Gabriel and Bailey Zapp, while Shedeur Sanders is working on the other end with the starters. That's a clear indication that the Browns are at least exploring what they've got, and it raises the question, is Watson going to be part of their plans for the final stretch of the season, or is this just a way to keep options open? Now, let's be real, Browns fans are no strangers to controversy when it comes to Watson. His tenure in Cleveland has been, to say the least, tumultuous. The team's current record and the overall performance have been underwhelming, and many fans are feeling frustrated. But here's the thing, the Browns are not just thinking about this season. They're also looking ahead, and one of the main reasons they might want Watson back on the field before the season ends is to showcase him for a potential trade in 2026. That's right. The Browns could be using these final games as a platform to demonstrate whether Watson has regained his form or if he's still a question mark. And the financial aspect can't be ignored. If the Browns decide to trade Watson before June 1, 2026, they would face a massive dead cap hit of over $85 million. That's a huge number, and frankly, it's a big reason why the team might want to give him a few more reps, just to see if he can remind everyone of the player he was before the injuries and controversies. The idea is that if they can get even 1 or 2 solid performances, teams in the offseason might be willing to take a chance on Watson again, especially if they see tangible signs of his recovery. But let's be honest, putting Watson out there this late in the season isn't going to be popular among Browns fans. We all remember the mixed results, the injuries, and the public perception. Plus, there's the risk of a loud crowd reaction, especially if he struggles or gets booed at home. It's a tough situation. On one hand, he's still making a hefty $46 million a year, and on the other, fans are eager to see the franchise move forward with a different plan, perhaps even a new quarterback in the future. Yet, from a purely strategic standpoint, showcasing Watson now might be the best shot to maximize his trade value next summer. A good performance, even in a few games, could stir some interest and help Cleveland recoup some of their investment, or at least give the team options. This entire saga highlights the Browns' ongoing quest to find stability at quarterback. We've seen teams swing for the fences, and right now, Cleveland's gamble on Watson is front and center. It's a high-stakes game, and the organization is clearly trying to weigh the risks and rewards. The team's management, coaching staff, and ownership are all watching closely, trying to decide if they see enough to keep Watson in the fold, or if they should be preparing for a future without him. The next few weeks will be crucial, not just for Watson, but for the entire franchise. And let's not forget, the Browns are a team with a rich history of overcoming adversity. From the days of Bernie Kosar to the recent playoff runs, Cleveland fans are used to fighting through tough times. This season has been tough, no doubt, but it's also a moment to reflect on what kind of team they want to be moving forward. Do they give Watson another shot to prove he's still a franchise quarterback? Or do they start focusing more on building around the young talent in the coming draft? Whatever the decision, it's clear that the Browns are in a pivotal point, and the choices they make now could shape the next decade of Browns football. Looking at the bigger picture, Watson's situation is a microcosm of the NFL's ongoing quarterback carousel. Teams are always looking for that next great signal caller, and Cleveland's investment in Watson was a bold move to secure that. But injuries, performance issues, and off-field controversies have complicated things. Now, with the team's record being what it is, the Browns might see this as a chance to test Watson's true value, both for this season and in the long-term planning. If they decide to activate him and he plays well, it could spark hope for a comeback story, or at least give them leverage to negotiate a better trade next year. Fans are, of course, divided. Some believe Watson should be given every chance to show he can still be the quarterback Cleveland envisioned when they signed him. Others think it's time to move on, cut their losses, and focus on developing the younger guys like Gabriel, Zapp, or Sanders, who are getting valuable reps now. The truth is, whatever happens, this situation is a reminder of how unpredictable and complex NFL roster management can be, especially at the most important position in football. In the end, the Browns are at a crossroads. They have a talented, albeit controversial, quarterback in Watson, and the decision on whether to play him now or keep him sidelined until the offseason could define their future. Whether they see him as part of their long-term plan or as a trade chip, one thing is certain: the next few weeks will be critical. Browns fans, I know this is a roller coaster, but that's what makes following our team so exciting. We're always in the thick of it, waiting to see what move comes next. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on Watson's situation? Do you think he should be back on the field before the season ends, or is it better to keep him sidelined and focus on next year? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. We're in this together, and the future of Browns football is still bright. No matter what happens, we keep the faith and stand tall. Go Browns!